near this hoe if you scared to go. I keep it gangster, and why should I change that? Fuck you old motherfuckers trying to change rap.
Say what?
But ain't you the same cat that sat back when they brought cocaine back?
Say what?
I'm trying to get me a Maybach. How you motherfuckers gonna tell me don't say that? You the ones that we learned it from. I heard nigga back in 1971. So if I act like a pimp, ain't nothing to it. Thank God when I bless the mic, you finally get to hear the shit that you like. A nigga talking about real life, so you can try to get this shit right. Use your brain, not your back. Use your brain, not a gat. It's a party, not a jack.
For real.
Don't be scared of them people. Walk up in there and show them that you eat. Fuck them. It don't be material. A nigga grew up on milk and cereal. I never forgot Van Ness and Imperial. Look at my life. Ice Cube is a miracle. It could be you. If you was this lyrical, it could be her. If she was this spiritual, could...
Niggas know my pyroclastic flow. You niggas know my pyroclastic flow. You niggas know my pyroclastic flow. It's R-A-W.
If you go back to Rebuild the Savage X 4.6 Part 1, you'll hear the very first thing I said. I will preface this entire series with one thing and one thing only. If you don't watch any further, please know this. Know why you are making changes before you make them. Don't throw stuff at it. I mean, you're paying for this stuff, so you might as well know what the expected results are. In other words, don't upgrade just to upgrade. So you can see on here, I have a set of, these are IRC TVPs. I've got FLM, I've got GPM, and I have stock, okay? And I'm here to say that these are not needed. In my mind, in my experience. Could I be wrong? Hell yeah. But at least let me explain why I don't think they're needed. Because again, I've tried, and so I think at this point I can speak on it. So here I have a set of stock TVPs. Now these right here were the originals, okay? So this is what came with the truck. And then these ones here, I've never even mounted. I've never even used. You can see there's a little difference. All right, I mean, there's really no difference other than it's scuffed up a little bit. But as far as you know, any breakage or bendage or whatever, no, it's not there. So let's first begin why one would want to upgrade TVPs. Okay, now let's start with myself. The reason I upgraded was because I was thinking that there was too much flex in this and it wasn't holding up, causing ancillary problems, right? So these might be in good shape, but they didn't hold up enough on a direct hit type thing to where it caused another problem. I've since determined that's not the case. So the fact that these have, what, 8 gallons on it and are like new, I can't say that one of the problems to be solved with the new set is so that they don't bend, okay? We'll get into that flex in a moment, but as far as just them maintaining their shape, they appear to have done so. Now here is a set of GPM ones, okay? And I really do like these because you can see that they were somewhat intelligent and you know, trying to keep it stronger yet some weight reduction. Now, are these stronger than these? Hell yeah. Are the IRC ones stronger than these? Hell yeah. Is a 2-inch thick TVP stronger than all of them? Hell yeah. I mean, you get my point. At what point do you say, okay, yeah, it's stronger but not needed? So what other reasons would we have to upgrade TVPs? Again, just from my experience, as far as strength and rigidity, it's not there. So these are fine. The other thing would be wheelbase. Okay, so because if you say to yourself you want an extended wheelbase because you think your Savage right now is too reactive when it corners. All right, you've found what the problem is. I would challenge you to speak on what else you have done thus far to combat this or to mitigate this, because changing. Now, with this said about wheelbase, let's talk the real shit, okay? Because I am confident, gentlemen, confident that there's not a human being on this planet to where, let's say, he's driving the Savage or any vehicle, and he's like, he knows the Savage better than anybody in the whole world. Along comes a setup man, the little wheelbase fairy sneaks in and extends the rear wheelbase by, let's say, 2 millimeters. And typically you'll use like a shim or something like this in the outer hinge pins. And then this Savage guy would drive his truck and say, you know what? Watch till somebody extended the rear wheelbase by 2 millimeters. There's no way in hell. So it leaves you scratching your head. Well, wait a minute, but it's supposed to, I don't understand. Again, guys, see, it only works when it's it's clustered with everything else. You see, it's like one change can't be noticed. It has to be augmented with everything else. I really hope this makes sense. But anyways, it's like center differential. Well, thicker oil gives better acceleration. No, it doesn't. So I'm going to get on that another day. But anyways, wheelbase, longer, more forgiving, shorter, more reactive, assuming the truck's not fighting itself. Remember the guy in that joke I said earlier who he wanted his Savage to steer better, so he got an extended TVP? Well, now you know. My pert. So, what other advantages are there to an upgraded TVP? What other things, what problems do we have with this? What problems do we have that we want to solve? I can't think of anything else.
Then I let the Alpine play. Bumping new shit by NWA.
Now, what about the downsides? Are there any downsides to it? Well, obviously weight. All right, so, man, I'm here to tell you guys one thing. If you can lighten your vehicle, I don't care what vehicle it is, that is a difference maker. I mean, I would have never thought, but again, I experienced it. You make a vehicle lighter, it's going to go a hell of a lot more faster. Anyways, you make a vehicle heavier, it's going to go a hell of a lot more slower, and blah, blah, blah. The weight addition is extreme, man, on some of these TVPs. Extreme. This one here nearly doubles the weight of the TVP, so it's twice as heavy. And then the IRC and FLM ones, I'm pretty sure like at least triple the weight. Okay, so like I said, extreme. But hey, if there's a need, you got to do what you got to do. The other problem, the number one problem that I find with aftermarket TVPs is this. Let's use IRC as an example. All right, so I've got a set of IRC TVPs here, and I've got a new F4.6 engine. This is that, you know, what do they call it, that version 2, that Gen 2, the newer one that's been out for some time. At least a few years now. You can't even find the older ones anymore. Now I'm all ready to go, man. I'm ready to get cracking on this. So let's start it up. Houston, we got a problem. Do you guys see this? It doesn't fit. That's real shit, guys. Now, for some reason, I cannot find my rotostart for this new one. But, I mean, a rod is a rod is a rod, right? It's straight, and you have got to put this in at an angle. Okay, you can see right here I've scuffed it, and you can get it started, but a few things. You're going to go through one-way bearings, left and right, and I really want to show you the other effect. Here it is, I found it. Huh? Yeah. I promise this is after I have, you know, attempted to flatten it out. Now, you can see here on this one where it's actually grooved into the, you know, the rod itself. But, you know, let's say that you upgrade, all right? What I'm about to show you next is what I consider to be the biggest problem. And so I give myself kind of a pass in this instance because, like I said, upon getting these, I did feel it was solving a specific need until I realized, oh, it's something else that fixed it. Nonetheless, it is what it is. The next two items in the upcoming videos, I can tell you, I just cannot for the life of me understand what the value is. I've already kind of, you know, shown you one, and that is the Gen 3 slipper clutch unit from Robinson Racing. Nothing against that company or anything like that. I mean, this is a fine item, but it's just the steel spur gear in general, and we can talk this too, for sure. And I'm actually going to call them, and I mean, I'm not trying to be a smart ass. I'm going to call them and ask, like, what is the expected value here? Like, what should I obtain? Because, you know, I mean, we'll get into all that later. And then the final piece to this this series, and it's gonna, you know, bust it all open. I'm gonna make it a two-parter because, see, the first part, I'm not even gonna talk. I'm just gonna show. And you guys know the drill, because when I show, you know. And I'm talking about this right here. All right. In other words, the OFNA throttle mod. For the life of me, I cannot see a single advantage that it brings to the table. In other words, there is nothing that does with respect to performance that the stock cannot do. So, and I know this is really going to ruffle people's feathers, and that's why I'm going to open it up by simply showing. It's rare I say this, guys. And anybody that's been with our channel a long time, this is very, very rare I say this. But I think I understand link setups as well as they can possibly be understood. Thanks so much. Have a great day.